Hello everybody, welcome to Kimbweta session. This is Richard. Today we're going to learn about use cases. Simply, when I'm saying use cases, I mean the way of expressing user requirements. And the best thing here, you have to know about something called use case diagram, and you need to know about use cases relationship with functional requirements. Okay, before I start to talk a lot about those things, we first need to know in detail what is use cases. Use cases is just like a way of describing how the system can interact with its users or with another system. So here in use cases we describe how the system, our system, can interact with external users so as to give the certain responses. How the system can give responses when an external user triggers some event pertaining to the system. So generally speaking, that use cases are the way of expressing users' requirements by showing each step that is performed so as to accomplish a certain functionality. Like we say, our system will be of paying fee. So all steps that will be taken by a user so as to pay a fee through the system is supposed to be shown on this part that's called use cases. Okay, use cases has some elements. These elements, because use cases, as I say, is a way of representing user requirements. So how do we represent? We represent in a way of a form. So there is a form that has different parts. So those parts of the use cases, we call it use case elements. And these use case elements are name of the use case, the number of the use case, and some brief description about the use case. The priority part I will show you when we carry on, and the actor will be a part of the actor. This is the actor shows who triggers the event, who will be acting, who will be the external entity. And we come to trigger. The part will be called the trigger. This is to show what action or what event caused a system or a use case to begin. Actually, when we say a use case, it's like a functional requirements, because when we are determining a use case, we take the functional requirements. And another part is called preconditions. When I'm saying precondition, I mean in which state the system should be so as somebody can trigger, in which external user can trigger an event. Precondition: before a user can pay a fee, what state he or she should be in. Let's say before a user pay fee, he should be logged in. So that is a precondition, logged in. And we come to something called normal calls. Normal calls show the major steps to be performed so as to achieve the certain event. Let's say we pay a fee. So the normal causes are just, let's say we need somebody to have a mobile phone to type the certain keywords to do. So that's the normal cause. And then we come to alternative causes. What are the alternatives if the normal cause, the major steps are not performed? Let's say do this. If you don't have a mobile phone, use maybe a tablet, use another devices, or you use another thing like paying the bank. This is an alternative cause. And something called post conditions. After students pay a fee, let's say in a system, what will be the next action? Let's say if we pay a fee, we get the receipt, or we get something. So that is exceptions. What is, maybe let's say errors. We explain what if errors occur, then